The man who took this video now takes the stand in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. The final questioning from the defense as they rest their case, and the jury's decision looms. That is our big story tonight. The witnesses are done, and the defense has rested its case in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
And the jury will get a long weekend at home before returning Monday to hear closing arguments. Cassidy Williams with the final witnesses and what comes next.
The defense called its final 3 witnesses Thursday before resting its case, this trial continuing to center on the hours of video from August 25th. After a long week, testimony continued Thursday in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, the defense first calling a use of force expert to explain the small time frame in between each shot.
The time between the second and third shot would be .247.
Prosecutors wanting to know exactly how much the witness had been paid by the defense to testify.
Estimated at probably a little over $9,000.
Next up was a Kenosha police officer who went over some evidence. Before the final witness, Drew Hernandez, who recorded body camera video that night. In some, you see Joseph Rosenbaum, the man in the red shirt, who was the first person shot and killed.
Mr. Rosenbaum was pushing a flaming dumpster on fire into police vehicles that were occupied by officers and human beings.
Prosecutors accused Hernandez of being biased, citing social media posts appearing to show support for Rittenhouse. In the end, it'll be up to the jury to decide how to interpret all the video.
Video has great value, but it is not the experience or the perception of the people involved in the event.
Friday, the judge and attorneys will meet to finalize some things before Monday, when closing arguments are scheduled. Reporting from Kenosha, Cassidy Williams, FOX 6 News.
The prosecution also told the judge today it is finalizing plans to request some lesser charges. That legal maneuver could make a conviction more likely, but it will take a possible life sentence off the table. The assistant DA said they will likely ask for lesser counts in Huber's death and the shooting of Grosskreutz. They are leaning against lesser charges on the reckless endangerment counts and in Rosenbaum's death. They may also ask for a so-called provocation instruction. If they do, and if the judge agrees, the jury would be asked to consider whether Rittenhouse provoked the men into attacking him.
All of those specifics will get figured out before the jury is given instructions on Monday. 18 jurors remain after one was dismissed for an inappropriate joke and another for a medical reason. 12 of these jurors will be selected at random before heading to deliberations. Prosecutors and the defense will make closing arguments on Monday. The jury will then have to decide if Rittenhouse is guilty or not.
As a defense attorney, you can't just poke holes. You have to actually construct a different narrative that can be accepted by the jury.
UW law professor Ian Main says Monday will be about each side tying together a narrative of events. The prosecution and defense were each given 2.5 hours for their particular arguments.
Kyle Rittenhouse's mother, Wendy, speaking to Fox's Sean Hannity tonight about the trial. Hannity asked her, would her son go into a situation like Kenosha again? This was her answer.
With Kyle, I know him, and he probably would do it again because that's the type of person he is. He always wants to help people. Even since he was a little boy, that's all he wanted to do was help people.
Our coverage of the Rittenhouse trial continues online on fox6now.com, the FOX 6 News app, and the FOX 6 News YouTube channel.